Here are the basic tools that are needed to install the brewer. A jigsaw will be used to modify the counter for grounds waste management. A drill will be used for pilot holes in the counter for the grounds waste management and plumbing. A 4-inch hole saw is the size drill bit that will be used for configuring the counter for plumbing. A 3/4-inch spade drill bit will be used for the pilot holes in the counter. Wrenches will be used to tighten water supply connections. A multimeter will be used to verify the voltage coming from the electrical outlets. And a level measuring tool is used to ensure the counter space is level. Here are the accessories that are needed to install the brewer. The machine comes with a water filtration system that will need to be installed. A container of liquid cleaner is needed for auto clean setup. The provided fitting and tubing is used to connect the machine to the liquid cleaner. A bucket will be placed underneath the machine for grounds waste management. A flexible braided water line will be used to connect the machine to a water source. A drain branch assembly will be installed underneath the machine. Silicone tubing will be used for drain connections and comes in various sizes. Reservoirs are placed inside the cabinet and are used to hold fresh brewed coffee. A drip tray will be placed underneath the dispense nozzles on the machine. Hoppers will be placed on top of the machine and are used to store coffee beans. And a cleaning shroud will be placed over the dispense area during cleaning cycles. Here are the sources that are needed for the brewer to operate. A water supply shutoff valve should be present between the water supply and the machine. A 208-240 volts AC circuit with a dedicated 30-amp breaker is required. The machine comes with an L630 plug attached to the cord set. No neutral wiring or conductors are used. Optional field wiring configurations are also available. Please see the installation manual that comes with the machine for optional field wiring instructions. The machine must be connected to a cold water system with operating pressure between 30 and 90 pounds per square inch from a 0.5-inch or larger supply line. A water drain with a tolerance of no less than 140 degrees Fahrenheit is required. Although optional, a kit can be ordered to assist with configuring the counter for the water drain and grounds waste disposal. Use a level measuring tool to verify the counter space is level. The counter space must also be capable of holding a minimum of 300 pounds. When placed on a counter, the bean hoppers will add height to the machine when installed. Verify that there is enough space for installing. There must be a minimum of 14 inches of clearance above the bean hoppers. This ensures there is enough space to remove, install and fill bean hoppers. The drip tray will also add length when installed. There should be a minimum of 2 inches of clearance around the machine. The legs can be adjusted by rotating them clockwise or counterclockwise. This can help level the machine if needed. Place the machine template on the counter where the machine is to be installed. There are 2 areas on the template that need to be marked. The square cutout can be achieved by using a spade bit to drill a hole in all 4 corners of the square before using a jigsaw to cut the shape. Use a spade drill bit to drill a hole in all 4 corners of the square shape marked from the template. Use a jigsaw to cut a square out of the counter. Locate the circular hole that was marked from the template and use a hole saw drill bit to drill in the counter. The machine can now be placed on the counter and positioned over the holes that were cut out from the counter. The water filtration system will need to be installed. Follow the installation instructions provided with the filter before continuing. A shutoff valve is recommended inline before and after the water filter. Ensure the water line is properly flushed before connecting to machine. Remove the drain branch assembly from packaging. The drain branch assembly can be inserted through the circular cutout in the counter. Cut a piece of tubing to the correct length and connect one end of the tube to the cabinet drain and the other end to the drain branch assembly. Secure both ends of the tubing with plastic snap clamps. Snap clamps are provided with the machine inside the parts box. Locate the red flexible tubing inside the parts box and connect one end to the cabinet drain and the other end to the drain branch assembly. Secure the connections with plastic snap clamps. Cut another piece of tubing to the correct length and connect one end to the drip tray drain and the other end to the drain branch assembly. Secure the connections with plastic snap clamps. Connect one end of silicone tubing to the drain tempering fitting. Secure the connection with a plastic snap clamp. Route the other end of the tube through the circular cutout in the counter and cut the tubing to the correct length. Connect the tube to the elbow fitting on the drain branch. Secure the connection with a plastic snap clamp. Connect one end of silicone tubing to the black plastic fitting on the drain branch. Secure the connection with a plastic snap clamp. Cut the tubing to the correct length and place the other end of the tube into the water drain. Do not insert tube more than 3 inches inside the drain. The drain setup is complete. Remove the liquid cleaner from packaging along with the cap fitting. Remove the cap on the liquid cleaner and replace it with the cap fitting with the silicone tube attached. Place the liquid cleaner under the counter and beneath the machine. The silicone tube will connect to the bottom of the machine through the circular cutout in the counter. Although not required, the silicone tube can be cut to length. Measure the length of tubing needed to connect the liquid cleaner to the machine. If cutting the silicone tube, do not discard the plastic fitting on the end of the tube. This will be used in a later step. Route the tube through the circular cutout in the counter. If the tubing was cut to length, then locate the white plastic fitting that was removed in the previous step. Attach the plastic fitting to the end of the silicone tube. Connect the silicone tube to the quick connect fitting on the bottom of the machine. Ensure there are no kinks present in the tubing. Liquid cleaner setup is complete. Place the grounds waste bucket beneath the counter. Make sure the bucket is aligned with the ground chute on the machine. The under-counter setup is complete. Next, connect the machine to a water source. Take the flexible braided water line and connect one end to the water shutoff valve. The other end of the water line has a stainless steel elbow fitting that must have a nylon gasket inside the fitting. Connect the elbow fitting to the water inlet on the machine. Make sure both connections on the water line are tightened using a wrench. Turn on the water shutoff valve. Inspect the water line connections for any leaks. Some water line connections require flare gaskets to help prevent leaks. Water line setup is complete. The remaining steps will be focused on setup for the drip tray, bean hopper and reservoir containers. Open the lower door on the machine. Position the ground chute by lifting up. Remove the drip tray from packaging. Before sliding the drip tray into place, align the side rails on the drip tray with the rails on the machine. Also, align the ground chute with the drip tray by lowering the chute into the square opening in the drip tray. Slide the drip tray into place. When installed, the ground chute will be positioned over the square cutout in the counter. Remove the bean hoppers from packaging. Place each hopper on top of the machine and open the slide gates by pushing the handle toward the hopper until the red indicator is not visible. Plug the machine into the electrical outlet. Behind the lower door is the main power switch. Press the switch to the on position. Close the lower door and focus attention to the LCD display. Press anywhere on the top banner. A dashboard will appear with information related to the bean hoppers, reservoirs, and grounds waste. Press the unlock cabinet door button. When pressed, a timer will appear with the message ready to open. The door lock will disengage. Open the cabinet door. Remove the cabinet reservoirs from packaging. Place a reservoir inside the cabinet. The first reservoir will be seated in the far back. When seated properly, the blue LEDs will illuminate. Place the remaining reservoirs inside the cabinet. Move the swing arm to the down position. Close the cabinet door. Machine installation is complete. For further instructions, please see the installation manual. A printed copy comes with the machine and a digital copy can be found online through Bun Support Hub or on our website. The Bun Support Hub sticker is found on the inside of the lower door. You can access manuals, product information, training videos, service support, and other related information by scanning the Bun Support Hub QR code with any smart device.